Good evening and welcome to AFL NT's coverage of the 25-26 TIO NTFL Women's Premier League Round 17 clash from Norbert Oval here on Larrakia Country. This weekend, the NTFL is proud to partner with Pride Cup and support inclusion and safe sport for LGBTIQ plus players, officials, fans and community members. This evening, 4th place Southern Districts taking on 6th place Palmerston, and we're underway. Will Czar with me tonight, Nick Danks.
Massive game here, Danksy, and it looks like it's a bit of a nil-all draw out of the middle first. Captain Rowe for Palmerston with one of the early possessions, but can't get a disposal, so we'll have another restart in the middle here. Massive ramifications on this game, Danksy, particularly for Palmerston. Yeah,
Crocs have been up form, got to 4th on the ladder, and Southern Districts come in a nice game after a massive 105-point win last week. Of course, Southern Districts in the purple and red shirts thereabouts.
As the Crocs get an early entry into their forward line, it will come out now here to Cooper. She gets it out and very wide. Bounces over the top now, running to his Keys. But she's taken down without the ball almost, and it's probably close to the boundary line there as well. Looks like it's going to be a boundary throw-in. T for Thomas round today, as the Crocs wear their purple jumpers today. Very lovely outfit there, and it makes for commentator's dream with the purple and white backs on one side and the white and black on the other. Now comes out Cooper, lurking, just a little toe poke forward, not sure if that was the move. Haven't got clean possession. Earlier today, about 2 hours ago, absolutely torrential rain here. The ground was surrounded by a moat. The ball didn't bounce, it just stopped in its tracks. So you might see some of those conditions reflected again today. The ball was very heavy in the previous game. This one might be a little bit lighter as Farquharson gets a handball back. There would be a lot of moisture in that turf. Southern Districts with a free kick on the half-back line. Pushing it down the line now. I think that was Farquharson flying for it, couldn't take the mark, and Southern Districts work it forward again. Picking it up there, Carlton. Go across goal in the centre corridor. Not a good move. Great pressure though from Palmerston in the back line, and that'll be a free kick going their way.
You said the weather, 30 degrees here at the moment. Very, very heavy rain, so this ground's pretty well waterlogged, as you said, Will. So hard going for the girls, and certainly when that ball's going to get a bit wet as we get in later in the game.
In the depths of the back pocket. Kick will go out there. I think that's Mudge. Again, the ball, as you can see there, just stopped in its tracks, so there won't be a lot of bounce off the ground, you'd think. Kick from Carlton goes down the line. Taken by Farquharson. Good kick there, and she's found Keys, who's also been involved early.
You could see the water splash up then when she went to take that mark.
Slight drizzle just in front of us as well. That goes through the hands there of Murphy. 2 goals in the rep game a few weeks ago. Very handy outing for her. But Southern District's there to mop it up in the back line. Can't find a target. Umpire calls play on, and Southern Districts will look to rebound. Not a good kick though, and it will be marked there by Danica McDonald.
Yeah, just settling it down a bit here because a bit rush football. Well smothered though.
Now here comes Smith. She looks to go over the top, hoping for the runner there to come through. O'Keefe wasn't to be, although they've held up the defender in her tracks there. Now pops out. Handball goes forward, picking it up Torsney. She gets boot to ball, just works forward, then hacked off the ground there. I think that might have been Peckham. Handball will come forward from Smith again. Shot on goal, smothered, still alive though. And then just kicked out of there. Looking and mark taken by Rowe. She will play on. Give a handball off, running through here. Golowan pushes it inside the forward 50. Bit of jumper holding there. Little toe poke nearly came up and hit Young in the face. Just deflected it. Umpire calls play on and it's kicked out of there. We'll come back to Rose so she can go for a run. Now kicks it high and long. Looking for Niesner. Back with the flight. Couldn't take the mark, but toe pokes it forward. Bit of a foot race. Picking it up there though. I think that's Smythe. Handball will come through. And Taylor Smith. No. That one there. Scarlett Young. She got a kick off half back. Down the line. That was Taylor Smith there. Looking to half forward. Will be picked up. No, it won't. Danica McDonald trying to take possession. Farquharson also getting involved. Gets a handball out wide. Carlton will pick it up. Toe poke forward. Battle between the 50-metre arcs at the moment, Danksy. Both sides rebounding very well, but not entering their forward 50 at all.
Yeah, 2 inside 50s apiece so far. We've been playing nearly 5 minutes.
Here comes Carlton. She'll go into the pocket. Decent looking kick. Clears the ground. Now picking it up there. Keys. And we will have a ball up just under light tower number 1. Call it.
You can see the drizzle starting to come down as well, so just to make this ground a little bit heavier.
Tap down, very tight on that boundary line, and taken over. So that drizzle has been getting a little bit heavy the last couple of minutes. You might see that moat reappear as the ball is just kicked out again. I think that Scarlett Young already had a few of those sorts of kicks. I guess the advantage of that, Danksy, it's big, it's clearing, it's rebounding, but it's not always accurate, as we've seen already a few times today. Yeah, could be handy in weather like this, but you want to make sure you're not turning it over too often into dangerous spots.
Yeah, this rain's starting to get a lot heavier now as well. Just having a quick look at the weather map, and there's a big storm coming across at the moment as well. So we're probably going to have a bit of rain for a while now.
Ball goes inside the forward 50, can't be marked. Crocs have plenty of numbers there to mop it up. Now comes out through Grady, one of the best defenders of the comp all year. Will come out this near side wing. We've got a bit of a foot race here in pole position. Caitlin O'Keefe, she toe pokes it out to herself. Now has 2 to beat as another contender joins. Kayla Mudge puts some pressure on. So too there does Peckham. And they have done a very good job there. You thought that the gap that O'Keefe had on was maybe just enough. She's had a pretty good couple of weeks. I think she kicked a bag of maybe even gone to the double digits, Danksy, with 10 a few weeks ago. Tap down, Rowe. Will come out. Oh, big strong contact there on Cooper. Dribbled out. And now it will be turned around and kicked long by Sarich. Although, as they have all day, finds an opponent in the middle of the ground. Now will come out to Smith. Let's see what she can do here. Short option would be Lily Roth. She goes long to a lead. I think this is O'Keefe again. Puts some pressure on. Roth maybe was worried more about Rowe than the ball, and will have a ball up a long way from home.
Yeah, last week against Wanderers kicked 8, 2 the week before that, 2 the week before that, and 3 against Pint. So in fine form at the moment, O'Keefe.
Didn't quite crack double digits, but coming off good form nonetheless. 8 goals.
I'll take 8 every week. There's a couple of men's players will take 8 goals every week.
Oh, beautiful tap down to Smith. She bursts away from the paint of 50, puts it to the top of the square, comes off hands. No one front and centre really. So toe poked out in front, paddled forward, and Palmerston there to rebound. Rowe couldn't take the mark. McKinnon holding her very closely in check. Kick will go from Shaw. Mark not taken there at full forward, but she's earned herself a free kick for high contact, and probably lucky to do so there, Eva Harris.
Yeah, the drop of the ball sort of just gave, she ducked her head because she dropped the ball, and then it gave her the tackle. So pretty hard luck done by the Magpies player, because if she'd have taken the ball cleanly, it would have been just a normal tackle.
Pretty good angle, told to play on, puts a bit of pressure on her, but Harris's kick is good. Great start here for the Crocs. And they're on the board early. 8.5 minutes into this first quarter here. Yeah,
took the opportunity there and run around on the mark there and has put that one through. Palmerston, though, coming in tonight with 3 wins from their last 4 games, and their only loss in the last 4 games, 11 points to the undefeated Nightcliff Tigers. And this is the first time these two sides have met this season. Their first match was abandoned due to Cyclone Fina, so it's been over 12 months since they met in round 11 last season, with the Magpies winning by 28 points here at this ground.
And I think there are a lot of girls this year wearing a bit of red on their jumper who last year were just wearing the plain black and white. So it'd be interesting to see if there's a few tempers building over the next 4 quarters, the next 3.5 quarters, Danksy. But a little bit of a rivalry looming here, and a nuance of the fixture and also of that cyclone, obviously. Putting these games off for a weekend means they've had to wait 17 weeks for their first clash with each other. Brown with the ball. Kicks it long. Sure it was, in fact. Now kicked forward by Whittaker. Handball over the top from Danica McDonald. Palmerston have been pretty good coming out of their back line now. Carlton putting some pressure on. Whittaker tackled, and it will be a free kick for an incorrect disposal. Marika Carlton's a bit of a pocket rocket so far in this game. We know that she's got a lot of pace, and that's probably one of her strengths, but she started this game really well. That's a great kick as well to Zimmerly Farkson. Kick goes long though, very wide. Tries to get it back in there. And then, almost dumped her there, very wide on the boundary line. And we'll have a free kick going the way of the Crocs.
So Southern District will lock up 4th spot if they can win this tonight with the better percentage they do over Buffs. And Palmerston need to win this, and they'll jump into 5th with the game next week against St Mary's. The Buffs will have Waratah. So big one next week here if Palmerston can win this game.
Looks like there's a Palmerston Magpie player who's just hit the deck relatively hard. Unsure if they're potentially calling for a stretcher, but the umpire's just put his hand up looking to halt play a little bit there. Potential blood rule as well. So not sure exactly who or what, but there is a bit of a hold up in play here, just with an injury in front of the Southern District's coaching box to a Palmerston Magpies player.
Don't forget, tickets are now available via Ticketmaster for the 2 AFL matches at TIO Stadium, meeting with the Gold Coast Suns taking on St Kilda on Saturday the 9th of May, followed by the Suns taking on Port Adelaide on Friday the 15th of May. Tickets available now through Ticketmaster. We've just got this bit of delay here at the ground.
So Emma McIntyre, it looks like, is just a little bit under the weather here. Forwards, backs, midfielders all just grouping up across the ground. And I think Palmerston came into today's game as well with just the 4 on the bench. Unsure exactly what the situation is with Emma McIntyre, but it could just be a blood rule. Looks like she's holding her head, so if there is any risk of concussion, that might be Palmerston down to 3 on the bench for the day, which doesn't help their cause. We know this is an important game for them, currently sitting in 6th. They could end the round in 5th if they win here, and then they'll need a few things to go right for them next week as well. They play 2nd place St Mary's. They also would need the Darwin Buffaloes to ideally lose to Waratah, which that's probably out of their control, but the tougher result for them.
The good thing in their advantage, St Mary's are comfortably in 2nd place, not going to get to 1st, not going to get in front of the Tigers, and Pint aren't going to catch them. So might be a couple of rested players next week as well, which will gain the benefit for the Magpies if they can win today.
Meanwhile, for Southern Districts, I think it's win and you're in, although I think it's almost a done thing anyway. They would want to make sure that they're fine-tuning and polishing their game, though. They haven't performed as well as they would have liked against those top 3 sides. They probably see themselves as a top 3 side, maybe ahead of or instead of Pint. But as the ladder stands, they currently sit in 4th.
Yeah, as the final now went away, it'd be St Mary's and Pint and Southern Districts and Darwin Buffaloes in elimination, and then, of course, Nightcliff with the week off.
So handball comes out. Neesner offers a bump. Southern Districts trying to win the ball. Oh, brilliant pick up there and spin out of trouble. Couldn't make anything of it though. And now Neesner will pick it up. Under pressure instantly from Luchetti. Kick will come out. Good mark. Held her ground very nicely there, Grace Whittaker. Has been pretty handy already today on half forward. And then good kick there. Farquharson's absolutely bought that. Jumped up on the mark and Whittaker's raced around her. Unfortunately, the kick went to Rowe. Pushes it out, looking to try and push it down the ground. I don't know if they've acted a little bit too quickly there. Both sides, as it's a turnover from Palmerston. Southern Districts then kick it straight to the full-back, Danica McDonald. Comes out now to Marika Carlton. We'll go to McDonald, and they've put themselves under pressure. Carlton and McDonald, probably two of their better players so far today. Wouldn't like to see them making too many mistakes. Nadine Braun, she lets one through her grasp, although it might work out for the Magpies as they've gained a lot of ground on that far side. Now gets from Keys back through traffic. They work it forward again, the Magpies, but to no one in particular. Neesner had 2 or 3 to beat. Umpire calls play on, and there's a high tackle pulled out there. So the ball is in the hands of Zimi Farquharson. Kick, not the best one. Ball might be picking up a little bit of weight there, Danksy, from all the water that's around the place now. We do know it is a wet ground out there, and the more time it spends on the ground, the more it's going to absorb. Yeah, you can actually hear it when it's coming off the boot. That is fairly heavy out there. Plus, they've spent the whole time on that side of the ground, so the crowd have got their money's worth, because it's been 5 inside 50s to 4, and I don't think it's been on this side of the ground at all. Ping for holding the ball. There'll be a free kick going the way of the Magpies. They trail by 6 points. Just the one scoring shot, Danksy, and probably only one realistic shot on goal as well, or sort of even opportunity for a shot on goal. And that came from a free kick from a high tackle. So this has been the problem. It's been kick to kick at the moment in the middle of the ground, and for both sides, just taking that mark across centre half forward and just pulling it back, or centre half back and pulling it back. Now bursting through the lines. This could be an opportunity for Southern Districts here. O'Keefe full forward, hits the deck but manages to get a disposal away. Now Whittaker gets the ball onto her left, bouncing away. McDonald went for the Shepherd, maybe could have gone the ball first, and she earns herself a free kick. So she's played that very nicely, made sure she put her body between her opponent and the ball, and the opponent has just been too heavy on it. You're not allowed to pick someone up and throw them away without the ball, so McDonald maybe panicked there, should have gone for the kick. Instead, she tried to take on the player on the mark and did so unsuccessfully. It's a turnover as that ball goes out of bounds. I think it might have been a lasso rule there. So potentially too far to score from this kick here, but they could get themselves in a handy position as the ball goes inside that centre corridor. I think they were looking maybe for Easton. She's pulled that back under there. No, the umpire gave a benefit of the doubt. Definitely pulled that ball back out. It was out away from her. Umpire was a bit blindsided behind her there. Tap down. Oh, brilliant stuff as the kick goes from Roth to O'Keefe at full forward. Plenty of space. She goes for the goal herself and puts that one through. Easy as you like. And they get their second of the evening. Yeah, needed to kick that one if had 2 players open in the middle of the ground, but took the responsibility on herself. Only the 7th time they've gone into the forward line, and they've got 2 on the board. Magpies, of course, yet to score, and we're into the last 20 seconds of the quarter, so probably ball up and then that'll do it. Really good finish to the quarter for Southern Districts of Palmerston. That's probably one they could have done without, and you look back maybe about that same amount of time, Danksy, 20 seconds or so. Danica McDonald with a free kick on the last line. She really just needed to punt it long, maybe even go a torpedo if she fancied, but they turned it over, and Southern Districts have made the most of that opportunity. Yeah, absolutely. So it's a 12-point score here at the moment. You're watching AFL NT's coverage of the 25-26 TIO NTFL season live on NT News and Community TV. We're back shortly at Norbert Oval.
We're for being in it together. Like Danny's team. She'll be captain next year.
For real?
For real! Or like this couple, celebrating their anniversary.
29 years today.
30?
Whoops, awkward. Well, congrats either way. And Sarah. She loves walking at East Point every Saturday with her besties.
Keep up.
I'm trying, Sarah. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Cazalys Palmerston, where you're always welcome. Our cafe is the perfect place to unwind while the kids let loose in our fully supervised kids club. From our weekly lunch deals to nightly dinner specials, great steak, schnitzels, all your favourite pub classics and modern Asian cuisine. A great selection of drinks, tasty meals, a bit of friendly competition and the best sport. Cazalys has got you sorted. Check out what's happening at cazalysnt.com.au.
Are you ready to beat the coach?
This ain't no regular thing. King for the ring, you know what I mean. I shoot my shot and it's clean. This is my city, yeah, this is my team.
Play now at supercoach.com.au.
You know Territorians are a hardy bunch.
Hats off to you. Whether you're new or you've been here forever, we know what the weather can throw at us. That's why TIO Home Insurance covers your home for cyclone, storm surge and flood. It's good to know. And with the only contact centre, claims team and assessors based in the Territory,
We're here when you need us most.
TIO, we're for Territorians.
Bring it up, up. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it. Bring it back, up, up. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it.
Top End Footy is back. It's fast, tough and a pure display of Territory passion. From the heat of the day to the electricity of the night games, every clash is fierce. Each moment better than the last.
Goal! They're into front!
This is our game, our way. Top End Footy. Nothing comes close.
Welcome back to AFL NT's coverage of the 25-26 TIO NTFL Women's Premier League Round 17 clash here from Norwood Oval. This afternoon, Southern Districts and Palmerston. I'm Nick Danks. My commentary partner this afternoon is Will Swar. And Will, it's going to be a tough game today. As you said, it rained fairly heavily in the game before this one, and pretty much it's been played in the middle of the ground.
Yeah, crucial point of the game, crucial viewing the next 18 minutes of footy with a 2-goal lead, and that second goal came late. It's going to be one of those games where 2.5 goals could be too much of a margin to overcome. Palmerston need to make sure they get on the board here and put some scoring pressure on Southern Districts. Don't go anywhere as the ball's kicked forward by Isabella Boyd. Can't find a target. Looks like McDonald, who was pretty good in that first quarter, wins the ball. Just little toe tap there from Keys. And then another hoik forward there That's a technical term from Zimmy Farquharson. Picked up by Murphy. Works it back. And then another just kick in hope for Neesner. Can't take the mark. Will come out. And then kicked out of there now by Matty Shaw for Southern Districts. They can take possession and gain a little bit of momentum.
7 inside, 50s to 4 in that fourth quarter in favour of Southern Districts.
Their first goal came from a free kick. And their second one, I think, was making the most of an opportunity by Caitlin O'Keefe in the dying stages of the quarter, just with 20 seconds left. Now, ball in hand is Naily Borg. Looks like she was almost going to go the barrel there. Has adjusted and gone for a drop punt into the pocket.
Straight into the water pocket. Water that's out there, you can see it when it hit the ground.
Water park out there. Is that new development coming in here, Danksy?
That's the one, yeah. Kids with a slip and slide out there later on this afternoon.
As it comes in, I think that's Scarlett Young again, who's been really good that first quarter. Bounces off the chest of Harris, but she's got plenty of space to regather. Tries to fend it off, has to give it away. Now, Taylor Easton. Lily Roth also in there. Comes out. Shaw kicks it into the pocket. Very well done there by Erica Rowe at full-back. And it looks like she's moved out of the ruck and to that last line. Obviously the playing coach of the Spears side and the rep side in the rep game a few weeks ago. Very talented and hardy footballer. Trying to break through there was Whittaker. Kicked out of there by Cooper. Oh, gee. Decent clash there. Farquharson, she picks it up. She's been moved to half forward as well. So the magnets have been moved around on the Palmerston whiteboard. Oh, big contact there from Neesner. Doesn't bother the defender. She goes into the middle of the ground now. We'll paddle it back. Strong tackle comes. Now it'll be tried to kick forward by Easton again. And they'll push it out. Oh, beautiful kick. Couldn't take the ball, just bounced off her chest of O'Keefe there. Now she goes to full forward. Harris maybe should have had a bit more on that. Goes through her hands and kicked out wide down the line. Roth will pick it up again. Gives it off. Very well done. Shaw into the pocket. Mark can't be taken. Try to paddle it back there was Torsney. Umpire calls play on. Ball still alive. Deep in the pocket. Comes to a halt and we'll have a reset. Punch down there. Driven into the turf. Another ball up as we hit 3.5 minutes in this first quarter. Those two goals came at about the 8.5 minute mark and the 17.5 minute mark of that first quarter. So, as we said, it's a crucial point in the game here. But there's been a lot of pressure from both sides. The game typically has been played not only between the 250 metre arcs, but in front of the hand stand here at Norbuilt Oval. Smith gets a handball forward. Finds its way into the lap of Thomas. And her kick is intercepted on half forward. Now kicked forward again.
Obviously the decision at quarter time is just get it forward at all costs, but the problem is just getting into that same pocket over there and then getting locked up by both sides.
And again, it seems like there are a few patches around the ground where the water sort of congregates, and that is one of them. Oh, snap comes out, but it's the wrong side of the post, through for a behind. So the Districts increase their lead to 13 points. 2 goals, 1 they've kicked today. Palmerston Magpies yet to score.
Yeah, ask them to come a bit closer. That ball's going to be harder to kick as it's got wetter out there in that water. Comes out the other side.
Carlton maybe should have had a bit more intent on that one. She does on the opposition there in Easton. Cooper's done, Carlton, has done well there to win the ball and earn a free kick, but did it the hard way, that's for sure. And then the kick is horrendous. Turns it over at centre-half forward. Not where you want to do. McKinnon on the ground. Got a handball out. Cooper a bit too strong there, and it'll be a free kick going Southern District's way. So Palmerston their own worst enemy at the moment as Boyd pushes it out wide. Mark is taken there by Young. Winds up into the forward pocket. She goes looking for Harris. She overruns it as well. Chasing up there is young Forsyth.
Another player injured down there. A Crocs player's got in, slid in that water, and feet just went from underneath her, and she just got knocked on the way down. Rolled over as soon as she got hit, and it was really no bad intent there from the Magpie player. It was just a pure accident where the feet slipped from underneath. But back up, which is good to see.
Tap down and another reset there on that far flank. Just forward of centre for Southern Districts, and they've been doing all of the attacking in this first quarter.
Yeah, Magpies got the first inside 50 this quarter, but since then it's 4-0.
Not quite tapped down there by Ella Ward. Into the middle of the ground they go. Neesner gathers. Almost squashed straight away. Oh, she's done very well there to try and gather it again, but it just pops out. So now it'll be Luchetti just trying to toe poke it forward. Ball now goes to centre half back, and it's marked by the Magpies. They'll look to come out this near side for Carlton. If she gets it, she can go on a run here for sure. I reckon she's got her opponent covered for pace, and look at her go. Those orange boots help her, give her a little bit more pace. I reckon, Danksy, that's what they say about red and orange boots. She'll keep going, pick it up. Doing it the hard way again and doing it by herself. Now Farquharson picks it up, tries to get it out and break away, but maybe did so a bit too callously, and it's a free kick against, ball in the hand of Kate Grady.
Yeah, good decision by the umpire there. Tried to break the tackle and then just lost the ball. And I think the ground then did the runner no favours because of couldn't take a bounce because it was going to come back, so had to kick it probably earlier than she wanted to.
Kicks it out to a 2-on-2, and then McKinnon comes in from behind to try and offer support, wins the ball, then gets it across to Brooker, who kicks it, and that's a very nice kick over the top there to Forsyth. Coming into it in this second quarter, she pushes it across the ground. Mark not taken there by Shaw, but she wins it eventually. Now gets a handball over the top to Forsyth again. Tap back down. Magpies have the numbers and they'll burst through the middle, although the handball inboard to Cooper missed. Big strong tackle there, dives into her back almost. Umpire calls it play on. Now they're looking out to the forward flank for Sarich, and she couldn't take the mark. There's two Crocs, and McKinnon does the shepherding job as Easton works it forward to centre half forward. Harris is lurking at the back. Carlton there to mop it up, and again she's probably been the most influential player these last 5 or so minutes. Breaking through now and taking the ground is Ella Ward. Ping for holding the ball. Bit unlucky there. Maybe didn't have enough support. The switch kick isn't good. Intercepted by Burt and then kicked forward. Neesner maybe needs to put a bit more pressure on. The kick rebounding from the defensive 50 for Southern Districts. Again, just in hope. Hits grass now. Cooper comes again. Inside the forward 50 she goes. That beats a couple. Picking it up, scooping it up was Alicia Smythe. Now toe poked out to the boundary line. Here's an opportunity for the Magpies. Handball over to Neaston. Wasn't clean though. She picks it up, tries to burst away, drops the ball, paddles it to her own advantage, and now check sides it through for a point. They're on the board though, and they trail by 2 goals.
Yeah, 10 minutes gone of the second quarter, and yet they're still in it, and yet it's been all Southern Districts pushing forward, but it just keeps bouncing back in the middle of the ground there. But as you said, Will 2-1-13 to 1 behind.
Kick will come out here. Finds Young. Not a good kick. That is the water that is absolutely logging up the ball at the moment, and that's not a bad result there for Aisha Thomas. Although the kick is turned over, and we'll find Young, who will have another crack at it. Let's see how she's adjusted. You can hear the slap of the ball.
They're all a long way away from us, so she just kicked for distance there.
Now handballed back in by Easton, and it's worked forward. Roth is going to try and take the mark. Driven into the turf. Big, strong tackle there, and umpire will call for a ball up. First time the ball's been on this wing, Danksy.
Yeah, we can see some football. It's been right on the other side, which is where all the crowd is, I suppose. So good. Well done, girls, for the entertainment value.
Farquharson jumping up in the ruck. Magnificent leap there, almost got her the hit out. And then it's handballed forward. Ward picks it up. Wasn't sure if she's going to try and soccer it off the ground. Umpire calls for a ball up as she's wrapped up straight away by Borg.
Yeah, turned it back on them. Pretty lucky that the umpire didn't ping her for that.
Ward wins the hit out. Farquharson tries to paddle it back to her. Ward will now follow up on Borg. Try to return serve, but Borg got a handball away in time. And now Bonnie Brown winning it. Ball work forward. Harris tries to take a mark. Almost had a game of nearly maybes, Eva Harris. She's kicked that early goal, but had a few marking opportunities inside that forward 50 that she's just gotten away from her. Now Marika Carlton pushing it down the line. Ball's marks there by Shannon Murphy. Assessing her options. Look like she's going to try and put some weight into this ball here, Danksy.
Yeah, just need to settle down. I think just this long bomb stuff is just going to get cut off.
Exactly.
Unless, of course, the advantage is the muddy track.
Exactly as it sort of is there, though it does find itself in a mud patch. Caught it beautifully there, Nick, and Sienna Eastner is just putting some pressure on. We'll have a ball up in that forward pocket. Yeah,
surrounded by a basket of Crocs then. If you can do Bjorg, I can do Crocs.
Ball still up for dispute. Dribbles towards the goal line, and Magpies have their second score. They're within 2 goals, which might be a very telling stat come the final siren. It's going to be a tough game to score. And you feel like the next goal is crucial already.
It's an amazing ground, this one, because there's never a wet breeze feather in either end. It just goes across the ground, and so there's no real advantage with the breeze. In the middle of the ground, the ball comes. Cooper's done very well, and then been given a shepherd from her teammate as they go inside the forward 50. Here comes Neesner, tackled as she kicked it, spills out into the pocket instead of towards goal. There's enough numbers from Southern Districts. Oh, big strong tackle. Thought she could take her on. What a tackle that was from Abby Thomas. Fantastic work, and maybe this is a turning point for the Magpies. She goes for a short pass in. She finds Shannon Murphy. That was fantastic stuff there from Abby Thomas. Could be crucial in terms of the context of this game. Murphy tries to take on her opponent, and she's turned it over. A beautiful tackle is taken there by Naomi Borg, and maybe that's the turning point. Yeah, probably should have just gone back and just banged that one in there. Not big goal scorer, but could have taken an opportunity there. All that hard work undone, and Southern Districts, just like that. Palmerston needs to take a leaf out of that book, because that is great play as Easton puts it out wide, finds Smith. Has a shortish lead from Harris. Instead, she's going to look to cross into the middle of the ground. Intercepted there by Cooper, who's maybe proving a bit of a problem on that half-back line as well. Now she goes down the line, centre-half forward, finds Borg, who's really starting to find a lot of the ball in this second quarter. She'll push it down the line, looking for Harris. Didn't necessarily favour her teammate, so they'll now have to put some hard work in to win the ball back. Oh, they do, though, through Isabella Boyd. She now pushes it into the forward pocket, goes beyond Grace Whitaker. Farquharson trying to win the ball. She's been all over the ground as well, now doing it in the back line. And we'll have a ball up in that back pocket. We don't have time on, but there's still no goals this quarter. 3 points scored only. Toe poked forward for Southern Districts. Suddenly it feels like they're the ones who haven't scored in a while, even though they're the only ones with the goals, as Carlton takes it out of the defensive 50 via the World Game route, just toe poking it in front of her, a bit of a dribble, and it spills out over the boundary line. Yeah, well, it is all them. Well, it was 4 inside 50s to 1 at one stage. It's now 6-5 in favour of Palmerston's quarter. So 10-12 all up for the match.
Just 2.5 minutes left in this second quarter. Neither side would really want a goal to get through, but I think both know how crucial that next one could be. So I think we're going to see them fighting until that final siren goes this first half. Big, strong tackle there in the middle of the ground. The tackling has been second to none in this quarter, Danksy. It has been brilliant all around.
Yeah, even you look at the coaches on the bench and they were all really happy about that tackle going in then.
Wrapped up again on that far forward flank for Southern Districts. Trying to win the ball there is Smith. Can't do so though, great pressure from Cooper. And there's been a free kick called for high contact going the way of Palmerston. 1.5 minutes left of this second quarter. Dribbled along the ground, taken to ground after she got rid of it. So I think that's going to be a free kick again to Marika Carlton. As you're watching AFL and T's coverage of the 2025-26 TIO NTFL season here at Norbuilt Oval. It's a 11-point lead to Southern Districts.
Yeah, it was 12 points at quarter time, so even though the Magpies haven't kicked a goal, they've picked 1 point up. Still right in this match, though, with half to go.
Dangerous kick there. Safe hands with Erica Rowe, but you don't want to put anyone under too much pressure. She pushes it out wide now. And, bit of an airy there. The Southern Districts bench is trying to call holding the ball, dropping the ball. They're not happy at all.
Yeah, I think the water of the ball then just made it slip out of the hand. There is definitely water on that side of the ground.
Umpire calls play on. Oh, great smother there. Great intent on the ball. Still alive here. Bit of a wrestle going on. We thought tensions might start to spill over. And there they go. Getting into Ella Ward at the moment. A free kick is paid against. I think that was Borges just come in and giving her a bit of her own business. The kick wasn't great inside the forward 50 for Southern Districts. They don't want to get ahead of themselves here. Still potential for them to improve their lead. Now they work forward. O'Keefe has done well to win that battle there, but the siren's going to beat them. And we have a little bit of heat in this game here, Danksy.
Yeah, absolutely. 11 points. It was 12 points at quarter time. 11 points now here at half time. You're watching AFL-NT's coverage of the 25-26 TIO NTFL season live on NT News and Community TV. We'll be back shortly with the second half.
We're for being in it together. Like Danny's team. She'll be captain next year.
For real?
For real! Or like this couple, celebrating their anniversary.
29 years today.
30?
Whoops, awkward. Well, congrats either way. And Sarah. She loves walking at East Point every Saturday with her besties.
Keep up.
I'm trying, Sarah. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Cazalys Palmerston, where you're always welcome. Our cafe is the perfect place to unwind while the kids let loose in our fully supervised kids club. From our weekly lunch deals to nightly dinner specials, great steak, schnitzels, all your favourite pub classics and modern Asian cuisine. A great selection of drinks, tasty meals, a bit of friendly competition and the best sport. Cazalys has got you sorted. Check out what's happening at cazalysnt.com.au.
Are you ready to beat the coach?
This ain't no regular thing. Came for the ring, you know what I mean. I shoot my shot in the screen. This is my city, yeah, this is my team.
Play now at supercoach.com.au.
You know Territorians are a hardy bunch.
Hats off to you. Whether you're new or you've been here forever, we know what the weather can throw at us. That's why TIO Home Insurance covers your home for cyclone, storm surge and flood. It's good to know. And with the only contact centre, claims team and assessors based in the Territory,
We're here when you need us most.
TIO, we're for Territorians.
bring it up, up. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it back. Bring it back, up, up. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it back.
Top End footy is back. It's fast, tough and a pure display of territory passion. From the heat of the day to the electricity of the night games, every clash is fierce. Each moment better than the last.
Goal! They're hit the front!
This is our game, our way. Top End footy. Nothing comes close.
Welcome back to AFL-NT's coverage of the 25-26 TIO NTFL Women's Premier League Round 17 clash here from Norwood Oval. Currently, we have Southern Districts leading Palmerston by 11 points. It was 12 points at quarter time, 11 points here at half time. And this weekend, the NTFL are proud to partner with the Pride Cup, supporting inclusion and safe sport for LGBTQ plus players, officials, fans and community members. And we're back underway.
We said at the start of that second quarter the next goal would be important. We're still yet to see it as Southern Districts move quickly into their forward line. Essential viewing for the context of the next month of NTFL footy up here. Women's Premier League is hanging on a knife's edge in terms of that final five, and Palmerston need a few more goals in their favour today if they're to feature.
Yeah, they're going to win this one today, so to be back in this, to be really honest, those Buffs are probably going to push away from them.
Taylor Smith soccers it off the ground. Picked up and turned around by Peckham. Palmerston making the early moves out of the back line. Seems like it's been a good reset so far for them. It's only been a couple of disposals, but much more deliberate with their touch. Those forward entries just then by Southern District seem a little bit rushed and hoped, as they have done so far in this game. Well, that handball a bit errant. Now comes back in to Tate's arms. Not a good pass to a teammate, and then it's picked up and kicked around. Turned over. Here's Rowe. She's been really good. Farquharson offers a lead. Wants to go further than that by the looks of it. Maybe missed it as well. Instead, she goes shorter to Golowin. Will come back. Didn't make the most of that. Oh, big strong dump. Rowe intercepts. Will pick it up now. Pushes it out wide. Good touch there from Southern Districts, and they've got the numbers to back them up. I think she looked for a switch, but there was no one out there, so she has to go long down the line. Will be taken here by McDonald, drawn to ground, and high tackle. Gets a free kick.
Yeah, right there, Will. She looked across the centre of the ground, but everyone's pushed across to that grandstand side, and there was nowhere for her to switch it across.
She goes down the line. Oh, bit of a falcon coming off. Now running through there, Emma Forsyth. Handball will go over the top. O'Keefe pushes it out wide, tap down. Trying to break the lines here. Wins the ball. Tackled instantly though, Ping for holding the ball. Again, the tackling today, Danksy, has been fantastic, and that is no exception.
Yeah, she did well though, knocking that ball on, because she knew if she took the mark, it was not going to be 15, so... Sliding's in there. That's the umpire's benefit of the doubt because of the ground there.
That's a long kick back over their head. There's only a few plays in front of this ball. If Southern Districts win, they won't. Palmerston take it, and it will be a free kick going the way of Southern Districts in their back line.
Yeah, pushed away without the ball. 13 inside 50s to 10 for the match so far in favour of Southern Districts, who have an 11-point lead.
Clears the pack again there. Spills out over the boundary line. Southern Districts wearing their purple tops today for T for Thomas Day. Just assessing her options there.
Thought he'd paid a 50 then, but the umpires pushed her back.
Now with the ball, Kate Twaddle kicking it a long way down the line. Comes off hands. Umpire calls play on. Still in dispute. Now we'll have a ball up.
In other games this round, Nightcliff remain undefeated after a 118-point win over Wanderers. St Mary's defeated Waratah by 52 and Pint defeated the Buffs by 27 points in round 17.
Handball will go forward for Southern Districts. Bit of an air swing there from Niesner. And a slight sling. It'll be a free kick going the way of the Magpies. They seem to have had the run of it so far this quarter, Danksy, the Magpies.
Yeah, they have, but really still not gone inside 50. They've got Southern Districts has got in once. Palm's yet to go inside there. Got really close at one stage, but just this is what's happening. It's just that kick there and gone back. That doesn't look good.
Farquharson turns and puts it inside the forward 50. Trying to grab it now, Shannon Murphy. Spills out wide. Ball's still alive. Stopped in its tracks there, as it has a few times with the weather today. Now they go for the switch. This is potentially dangerous. They need to be clean here. Oi! Ball stopped again and driven to the ground there is Maddie Tate. Great work from Emma Keys. Tries to get to Farquharson. Ball came over the top. Cooper has a shot on goal. Floating back. Just the wrong side of the post.
Just check McKinnon out there. Did go down straight away fairly heavily and grabbed her ankle. So don't know whether it just got caught in the mud.
She's still up and about here. She's sort of heading over that side, but that might more just be structurally.
Yeah, just quickly grabbed her ankle then, and you could see where the ground gave way, and she turned quickly, and just hopefully it was just a bit of a slight twist.
So the ball comes back in. Alicia Smythe pushing it onto that far side. Umpire calls play on again. Palmerston just threatening. They're putting it and peppering it into their forward line, but they can't get a shot on goal. 3 points for the day is what they have. This game could turn so quickly though. Breaking through there.
Oh, that's crude.
Murphy, and I think she's been a great tackle there again from Maddie Shaw.
Yeah, Nina back then, the umpires paid that one. She came through and did no eyes for the ball at all, just took the back out. And the umpires pinged her for that.
So it looks like she's going to go for a pass. Oh, that's right idea. Bit much on it. And it wasn't going to be a mark in the end there for a teammate. They pushed it out wide. And that might have gone out of bounds on the full.
Yeah, tried to kick it with the outside of the boot around the corner, and with the wet ball out there in the water, it's going to be difficult to do that. And exactly what you think would happen has happened. It's gone out of bounds on the fall. Well, the guy sitting in the back of that car has just run down and grabbed the ball for him. Thank you very much.
Best seat in the house. Dry seat in the house as well, possibly. They'll bring it back in, and now looking into the centre corridor. Play on, they call. No one can get it out in time. We'll have a ball up. Palmerston need to hit the scoreboard pressure here, or if it goes down the other end, you could see a few heads drop, Danksy.
Yeah, absolutely. The next one here is, as you said about half a quarter ago, is going to be vital, and Palmerston need to get it.
Comes out. They might have an opportunity here. 2-on-1. It'll be picked up there by Mudge. No, it won't, but she tried to keep it in her vicinity. Districts have the numbers now. Supports come through. Brooker putting some pressure on. So too, I think that's Roth again. Ball up on the half-back flank. Rowe taps it down. Socket off the deck by Golowan. You heard the umpire's call there. They'll have to keep going. And two Districts players are left standing. They push it out wide again. Looking here for Brooker. She can't take the mark. They've got a scrap on ground level. Picks it up. She's wrapped up there. Umpire calls play on. Driven into the ground. Ball up. Almost halfway through this quarter, Danksy.
And we've had 3 inside 50s, which has been played right in the middle of the ground at the moment.
Tapped down by McKinnon. Bit of a torn up deck as well. Obviously the men played prior to this and in torrential rain conditions. Here comes McDonald running in off half back. Driven to the ground, and free kick, maybe a bit lucky there. It was called high, but she possibly got run down with the ball in her possession as well.
Yeah, I think they need to change this. That is just playing themselves into trouble. I think the idea now is to go forward at all costs, wet weather footy, and across the ground just makes it even harder, and of course they're caught for holding the ball. But the first side that does that, it changes their attitude and just goes forward at all costs, is going to benefit.
Pushing down the line, Farquharson picks it up, turns and goes. A trademark movements there. Picked up off half back by, I think that was Easton again. And Feels like now Southern Districts are just starting to break the momentum up of Palmerston. Free kick for a hold though, and it will go Palmerston's way. Feels like we're reaching boiling point a little bit here. There were a few tempers almost flaring just on the eve of that halftime siren, Nick. None of them have really shown yet this quarter, but it feels like they might be popping up soon too.
Absolutely. There was a question there, the Croc player saying, what did I do? And it wasn't her, it was another one. So the free kick went elsewhere.
Now handballed back through Luketti, and Southern Districts look to reload to half forward. Bit of a fight there from O'Keefe on her opponent there in Peckham.
You can't complain about the efforts of the girls today in this weather, but just the first one, as I said, to settle down. He's going to be benefit from these conditions.
Comes through, dribbled along the ground. Handballed out. Kicked high and in hope. It's very wide. Will they get a touch to it? Yes, they will. Oh, and then dumped on the ground. There's Keys. That could be those tempers starting to flare. Smith, I think, was the offender there, a former Magpie herself, I believe, and they just had to bring her off her old teammates. Neesner picks it up, wrapped up, ball pops out. They're told to play on and keep going. Now it's launched into the forward 50. Still running for it. Oh, pushed to the ground there without it, and then almost taken high. I think that was Ward. She's copped a rough run at the last minute, and she'll have to just get up and keep going, Danksy.
Yeah, we've just no one's really settling down, and they only got a quarter and a bit to go.
Now getting there, Braun trying to put some pressure on, but no support. Plenty of purple jumpers out there today. Ward now coming in over the top, trying to have it her way now.
A couple of smiles out there, enjoying rolling around the mud out there.
Almost on the fly, they were trying to come through. Roth has been pretty good at finding space today, Roth, when she's had it. And then kicked forward there by Sarich. Cooper couldn't take the mark. Oh, a bit of an air swing there. Kicked out of danger, and that's a safe pair of hands there in Maddie Shaw. Oh, nearly lucky there. I thought the umpire was half going to call that play on, Danksy.
No, I think he gave the benefit of the doubt of the water. There is definitely a huge puddle on that side of the ground, and a couple of times things have happened around there. The umpires just let it play on.
They'll keep going. Oh!
That's holding the ball. Yeah,
so, Caitlin O'Keefe, she got around one and then was absolutely driven down by her opponent. I think she might also be a former Magpie. Goes to row. They would have loved that on her. Comes back to Farquharson.
Yeah, Farquharson was the one who took the tackle then. It was a ball and all tackle. It was well done.
Now she chips over the top. Into the forward line she goes. And just kicked out of there by Bonnie Brown. Carlton will pick it up and go. Been a bit quieter this quarter, though it hasn't been on her half back line. The kick made a lot of ground. Oh, is that a turnover there chasing? Handball will come back from Braun, through into Sarich. And then, heavy contact coming in from Ward. She's been in the wars today a bit from both angles, giving it and receiving it. But it finds Taylor Smith on that back flank. Pushes it across the ground. Now they go down the line. Toe poked forward. Whittaker goes again. Maybe should have picked it up as Cooper gets in charge and takes control. Districts get away with it though. They go to full forward. Jenna G is winning the foot race there against Bonnie McDougall. And a little bit too heavy contact on each other, playing the player, not the ball. Ball, therefore, spills out over the boundary line.
Only the second time in this quarter that the Crocs have gone inside their 50.
It'd be a rude turnaround if they were to score here off just their second inside 50, Danksy, but maybe that's their tactic. Make the most of your opportunities. Palmerston haven't been able to do so. Oh, that kick from McDonald just threaded it through a few players, gets it out the far side, has gone across goal, so wants to make this count. Smith picks it up, gets a handball out over the top. They've got numbers and they're breaking away here through Shaw. She pushed it over the top, can't find a target. Toe poked forward and towards goal by Whitaker, and it's through for a point.
Must have just touched the post on the way through that one. Has it gone through for a point?
11 points the difference now, Danksy.
Back to where we were at half-time. 12 points at quarter-time. Under just over 2 and a bit minutes to go. And again, it's the third time that Southern Districts have gone inside their 50 this quarter. It's been 6 to Palmerston.
Oh, told to play on and she was caught napping. Didn't hear the call.
In the middle here, if the Crocs are quick, they've just slowly walking. They're not watching either. There was a couple of opportunities there, but they've just pointed and said, have a go.
So Caitlin O'Keefe, she kicked 8 goals last week. She likes the angles this week as well. Yet to kick one. Oh, she's kicked 1 today, sorry. The second of the match.
No real breeze to speak of here at this ground.
Wonder if she's been practicing these at training on Thursday night. Pushes it across and it's just through for a point.
Back to that 12-point margin there was at quarter time.
Bit of feedback from over the fence, and Palmerston will bring it back in. Long way. That's a big kick, probably what they've needed a little bit more of today, the Magpies. Ping for holding the ball, and this time it's Southern Districts wasteful with it. Or caught a little bit unaware. Zimmy Farquharson carefully not to impede on the mark, though. Wouldn't have been a blight on her teammate with the ball. The kick down the line, taken and turned over by Alicia Smith. She finds a target. Beckons a lead. Gets a long way away, but it might work and yet a little bit shy. It'll be marked by the Magpies on that back flank again. They've got 1 minute and 15 seconds to do something. Can they dent this scoreline? Well, they're turned over. Harris gets a handball out. Magpies intercepted on the tackle, and now they come out this near side. Cooper's entered into a foot race against 2. Puts the pressure on. She kept her feet. The ball spilled out. Picks up the ball, keeps her composure and her measure, now pushes it across the face. Forsyth at the fall of it, couldn't take the mark. It keeps spilling out. Time still ticking down, 51 seconds remaining in the quarter. Grady picks it up, dribbles it along the ground. That wasn't the intention, I don't think there. We'll have to go and mop up her own mess. Drawn to ground. Umpire will call for a ball up. Time ticking down, Danksy.
Yeah, 42 seconds left. We've had, since those first 2 goals by Southern Districts in the first quarter, it's been 3 points apiece.
Hoik down the ground again, and Southern Districts get it on their terms somewhat, although ball in the hands of Peckham. Wrapped up. You'd think that would be most of what can happen from here. Ball probably a bit too far away with too little time for anyone to score. But I've been proven wrong before, Danksy. As Districts pick it up, kick it long, centre half forward. Need a few things to go their way. Danica McDonald, fumbled it, bounced off her shin, dances around one, and now pushes it out. Siren goes. So they escape, and the margin at 3/4 time is 2 straight goals. That's back where we were at quarter time, 2-3-15 to 3 behinds.
Yeah, 12 points at quarter time. Well, 11 points at half time, back to 12 points. And as I said, since the first 2 goals of the quarter by Southern Districts has been 3 points apiece. You're watching AFL NT's coverage of the 25-26 TIO NTFL season live on NT News and Community TV. We're back shortly here at Norbuilt with the final quarter.
We're for being in it together. Like Danny's team. She'll be captain next year.
For real?
For real! Or like this couple, celebrating their anniversary.
29 years today.
30?
Whoops, awkward. Well, congrats either way. And Sarah. She loves walking at East Point every Saturday with her besties.
Keep up.
I'm trying, Sarah. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Cazalys Palmerston, where you're always welcome. Our cafe is the perfect place to unwind while the kids let loose in our fully supervised kids club. From our weekly lunch deals to nightly dinner specials, great steak, schnitzels, all your favourite pub classics and modern Asian cuisine. A great selection of drinks, tasty meals, a bit of friendly competition and the best sport. Cazalys has got you sorted. Check out what's happening at cazalysnt.com.au.
Are you ready to beat the coach?
This ain't no regular thing. Came for the ring, you know what I mean. I shoot my shot and it's clean. This for my city, yeah, this for my team.
Play now at supercoach.com.au.
You know Territorians are a hardy bunch.
Hats off to you. Whether you're new or you've been here forever, we know what the weather can throw at us. That's why TIO Home Insurance covers your home for cyclone, storm surge and flood. It's good to know. And with the only contact centre, claims team and assessors based in the Territory,
We're here when you need us most.
TIO, we're for Territorians.
Bring it up, up. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it back. Bring it back, up, up. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it back.
Top End footy is back. It's fast, tough and a pure display of Territory passion. From the heat of the day to the electricity of the night games, every clash is fierce. Each moment better than the last.
Goal! They're into front!
This is our game, our way. Top End footy. Nothing comes close.
Welcome back to AFL-NT's coverage of the 25-26 TIO NTFL Women's Premier League Round 17 clash here from Norbuilt. Currently, Southern Districts were 12 points up at quarter time. They're 11 points up at half time, back to 12 points. We've only had 3 points from either side. It's been a tough day out there because of the weather and the ground's really muddy. But, Will, quick goal here from Palmerston. They're right back in it, but a quick goal Southern Districts would pretty much seal it.
Yes, we're still waiting for that all-important next goal to happen. We've been waiting a half of footy for it, and it's becoming both more and less relevant as this game goes on. It doesn't matter if the next goal comes Palmerston's way. If there's not enough time to kick a second one after that, they need at least 3 scores here to win, and they need to win.
It's 18 inside 50s in favour of Southern Districts to 16 to Palmerston. So you can see the ball's pretty much been stuck in the middle of the ground and on that far side the whole time.
There was a bit of a rev up at 3/4 time coming from the Palmerston Magpies nest as well, as the Southern Districts go inside forward 50, spills off hands. I reckon Coach Eric Rowe would have been saying, this is it. Essentially, our season comes down to these next 18 minutes. It doesn't matter next week if we lose. We need to win if we're a chance to play beyond next week. Mark taken now by Thomas. Out wide, she goes looking for Rowe. Toe poked forward and then picked up very well by the Magpies defender.
Dropped the ball. Southern District's final game of the season next Saturday against the Tiwi Bombers, and Palmerston will play on TIO on Friday night against St Mary's.
Tough task for them. As we were saying earlier, what is in their favour a little bit is the fact that St Mary's can't move. So perhaps they might go the option of resting some players and making sure they're fighting fit for week 1 of the finals.
Yeah, St Mary's definitely in the qualifying final.
And now comes through. O'Keefe got a handball out. Snap will go towards goal across the face. Spills out, still alive. Oh, toe poked wide. That's dangerous. Try to keep it in. Maybe you should have tried picking it up there. She's wrapped up, and then eventually Kayla Mudge is pushed over.
Just got
by Jenna G.
Sorry, just got to that one or else. And the boundary umpire did say to her then, look, that would have been pinged if you hadn't touched it.
Very dangerous. Fraught with danger, that effort there. Taken straight out by McKinnon. She pushes it forward. That'll be wide. But I think it should be a boundary throw-in. Yes.
We'll wait for this ball to come in. Other games this round. Nightcliff remain undefeated and are minor premiers after a 118-point win over Wanderers. So Mary's defeated Waratah by 52 points and Pint defeated the Buffs by 27 points. Currently here in Norbuild, Southern Districts leading by 12 points.
Cassie McWilliam leading all comers this week for goals in the Premier League fixtures. 8 goals she kicked yesterday against the Wanderers. I think the last 2 or 3 pretty close to that final siren as well. So we're certainly looking for her, as they were for Bo Schwartz earlier today in the men's grade. He kicked 7 of his side's 9 today. Down the line they go. Carlton can't take the mark or wins the ball though. Toe pokes it inboard. McKinnon will pick it up with plenty of space. Almost waited a bit too long for Forsyth to come and help her out, and Cooper takes it, snatches it, works it forward. It'll have to bounce up into the hands of Burt, and it won't do so easily. She toe pokes it forward though, and the only person there is Alicia Myers for Southern Districts. Called to play on now. Murphy tried to pick it up, and there'll be a free kick going the Magpies' way. So can they make the most of this opportunity? It's a one-on-one deep. I don't know if they're close enough to get it to Neesner, but she can do the miraculous. They put it in her area. She picks it up, has a snap on goal, and it's well wide. Completely come off the wrong side of her boot, and she's filthy at herself.
And it's got out of bounds as well. Bring it back in is the Crocs. First time inside 50 for Palmerston.
Not really sure where to go. I think she just needs to go long at this point and hope for the best. Goes to Roth, who's undersized in figure but not in spirit, as she chases after a second, after a third. And it's turned over from Palmerston on half back. Looking for a switch out that far side. Now told to move. Smythe finds a target. A little bit too easy here. It's all happening for Southern Districts as Harris goes down the line. Again, That one was nearly too easy to Forsyth. It bounced off her chest and over the boundary line.
Yeah, I think that's the rules though at the moment for the Crocs, is just to chip around and kick catch game at the moment and try and slow this game right down with this 2-goal advantage.
They'll bring it back in. Oh, double-handed back from McKinnon. Bold move, but it'll pay off as Forsyth gets it and kicks it forward. McDonald had to be really clean there. If she missed that, it would have been a goal going Southern District's way. And she finds Carlton up on the wing. Pushes it wide. Farquharson wheels around now, pushes it forward. Mark taken. Now they're building. Burt looks for Neesner. Wasn't a good kick. Made Neesner work, and in doing so, she hits the deck. Ball's turned over. Ward gets a fist involved. They're trying here, Palmerston. They just need a few things to go their way. That kick out wide goes in the middle of two Crocs. Stripped of the ball. Maybe a bit of high contact there. A little bit stunned, that Magpies midfielder.
Yeah, sort of dived into that tackle though. The umpire was standing right next to him.
Tap down. Cooper almost held without it. Then lays the tackle. Can't buy a trick, but the ball goes inside the forward 50. Mark not taken. I think this is Burt having a snap on goal. It'll go beyond the full back. Will it bounce through? For a point.
Just took that second bounce then. The first one was heading straight for the goal umpire, and then just as it took the second bounce, it pushed it wide.
Well, they needed 3 scores, Danksy. A third of the way down. They've got one of them. They just need the next 2 to be goals, and they'll be in front. Gee, dangerous kick in. Finds the target there in Maddie Shaw. Down the line they go.
Yeah, it's hard to believe those 2 goals really early on were going to be the difference of this game, and they have been for the whole match so far. It's 4 points to 3 since those first 2 goals were kicked early in the first quarter.
McKinnon taps it down, dribbled forward for the Magpies. Shaw's kick smothered. Luchetti going in, gets a handball out. McKinnon driven into the ground there. Umpire calls for a ball up. Tap down. Cooper. She's been so clean in difficult conditions today. It's just like so many of her teammates, her efficiency with the ball and her disposal, which has let her down. Pushing it down the line. Southern Districts have an opportunity here. Oh, very strong fend off there from Twaddle. Now looking to cross it into the forward line. Not to be. And there's some really tight bodies starting to be a little bit more tight out there, Nick.
Absolutely. I think we've seen that white car in the shot about 50 times today, so they've had a perfect spot to watch this game because it's been over there a fair bit.
Now goes across the corridor. Oh, big strong body contact there coming from Whittaker. Kick goes inside the forward 50. Mark can't be taken. Maybe copped a little bit of high contact there, Jenna G, but the ball spills out.
I think it was the ball on the head of the nose then, tip of the nose then.
Rowe takes it and gets rid of it, and that's a good attacking piece of footy from Shannon Murphy. She's come well high up the ground. You think she'd be someone they want to put in that forward line, probably along with Neesner if they get an opportunity down there.
Halfway through the quarter so far, 1 point scored and 3 inside 50s apiece.
Mark taken by Harris. Told to keep moving. Ball's still alive, remarkably. I think a lot of people thought it had gone out, but it wasn't called by the umpires. Palmerston end up with the ball in hand. They're starting to get really tired. This is where mistakes might happen. They need to make sure it's not them making them. Ball trails out over the boundary line, and it is a mistake, so it's going to be a kick from either Harris.
Yeah, just taking the time to get that ball back. These 2 goals could be enough. There's no one in the Magpie forward line at the moment.
Kicks it deep, spills through hands. Easton gets boot to ball, dribbles it forward. And it's going to be picked up by... It's picked up there by Ward and then kicked well wide again. They're dancing on thin ice out there on that boundary line, and I think again it's going to be a turnover and a free kick. Eventually one of these mistakes is going to come back to hurt them, Palmerston. Looks like there's gone a bit of a torpedo there as well, just to centre that ball and get it into a scoring position for Southern Districts. They too want to make sure that they make the most of this ball in their forward 50. They don't want to just blaze away, send it out on the full and have it go straight back over their heads. Tap down. Ward on the bottom of it.
Yeah, this is playing into Southern District's hands. This is this stoppage football. Palmerston need to get the ball out of there and start going wide and then knocking it forward.
Sienna Eastner, the furthest forward player for the Magpies of Southern Districts. Centre it again. Oh, it hits the deck. Maybe this is the opportunity that they need. Palmerston get to it first. Just get it out into space. Carlton should get to it first, and she's got an absolute paddock in front of her. If she can keep her feet and win the ball, she's done very well there. Palmerston, this might work out for them. They need a handball over the top. It won't come. Instead, it goes through Scarlett Young's hands. She kicks it 20 metres further afield, trying to get it into the middle. Now picked up by Smith. She spots a target. Beautiful kick and finds Eva Harris. This could be that final blow, Danksy.
Yeah, this is it. It's been ticking away there for a few minutes. And Eva Harris has already kicked one today. Kicked one, of course, in the All-Star game. Has kicked 17 for the season. Kicked a bag of 4 against the Bombers in round 12.
Told to move. Oh, it's a wide kick. And if you had a quick look at her socks then, they're meant to be black, red and white. Instead, they're just brown. I think she's pulled them up just to try and even out the smudge of it all, I guess. Obviously, when you've got those thick, wet socks, it can impact your kicking a little bit if you're not careful. Instead, her socks were just pure brown. Toe poked. Magpies get it out, although they've gone in the middle of the ground. That's exactly where you don't want to kick it, and it's a turnover again, this time in the arms of Bonnie Brown. In fact, it's not Bonnie Brown, it's Maddie Shaw. Pretty similar position to where Eva Harris was. Eva Harris probably a bit more of a notable goal kicker.
Hasn't kicked a goal yet this season.
What a time to line up for what could be your first. That's a much better kick, a bit more behind it, and she's put it through. The girls get around her. Southern Districts, you think from here, have locked in their spot in the finals, and in doing so, they'll send the Magpies off. They'll play just 4 more quarters of football this year.
Absolutely. Tickets available via Ticketmaster for the 2 AFL games here in Darwin at TIO Stadium, beginning with the Gold Coast Suns taking on St Kilda on Saturday the 9th of May, followed by the Suns taking on Port Adelaide on Friday the 15th of May. Tickets available through Ticketmaster or on the NTFL website. All the details.
So Maddie Shaw it was with that all-important next goal eventually, almost 2.5 quarters later. In fact, more than that. 5 minutes left.
Yep, that was her first goal of the season. Played in pretty much every game, so came off the back line, just happened to drop that one perfectly and kicked that unlike a backman. It was great.
They lead out to 17 points. Palmerston need everything to happen, everything to go their way, and then some more as well. As the Magpies, as the Crocs it is through Borg, just work it forward. Danica McDonald, who's been fantastic today, leading from fullback, works it out. And they're going to keep going. Key, she toe pokes it forward. She's got 2 to beat. Maybe that's been the story of their day as well. They've had a lot of contributors, but maybe they've also had a lot not doing enough to support. Keys, she looks forward. She's got Farquharson just trying to direct traffic. She's got Carlton lurking at the back. She'll go for a short lead. And I think it was... or taking the ground without it, that's got to be a free kick one way or the other, you'd think, against Luchetti. It's going to be high contact and a free going the way of Aisha Thomas. Looks to move it pretty quickly. Bounces over the top. Is there an opportunity here? Neesner Goes ball, left it in her tracks. Carlton, you'd think, is going to pick it up here. She goes to ground as well. Carlton does go to ground as Neesner tries to bullock her way through. Lays a strong tackle, turned over. She's done enough there to turn over. High tackle again going the way of the Magpies. 2 minutes and 50 seconds left.
It's happened a couple of times today where the players drop the ball and then the tackles come in. But those are the conditions we're playing under.
Short kick again. That seems like it's carried a lot of water with it as well. Needed to put a bit more pep into it. Now Ward, though, she gets boot to ball. Turned over to Borg, and she's running backwards through defence away from the corridor and then just shoots it out onto that back flank. Danica McDonald again picking it up. Gets a handball to Farquharson. She pushes it inside the forward 50. Mark not taken there by Thomas. Kicked across the ground now. And there's a free kick paid. I think that is for a hold, this time going the way of Southern Districts. And that could be enough as we hit to the 16-minute mark.
Yeah, 17 points in it at the moment.
They'll go for a little chip. All they need to do here is chew up the clock as Easton takes the mark on the back flank. Been lively today. Her kick goes beyond her teammate. Now it's taken there by Torsney. Rowe will paddle it forward, trying to get it to a teammate, though there weren't any teammates there to do it. Now taken by Easton. Now to Ward. She's looking to centre half forward. Can the Magpies kick a goal in these dying stages? Ward will pick it up again. No, she won't. Ward has another crack at it. Now Keys coming through as well. She's gone from go to woe and now has copped a bit of a sour one close to the final siren, still trying to get up from that one. As Southern Districts through Smith take it off half back. They're working down the middle of the ground now. Farquharson, no, it's Danica McDonald. Danica McDonald, she has the ball, trying to win it at ground level. Umpire will call for a ball up.
Yeah, one mark here for Southern Districts will lead this one. A bit of cramp now as well, which is understandable the way this ground's been. But quickly up.
Tapped down by McKinnon. Handball over the top. Oh, Ward's just decked up. She got rid of it. And now Boyd, she will turn it over. Looking to half forward. Harris will get it out to Forsyth, running through inside the forward 50, run down by Carlton, but she got the ball away. It's bouncing and bouncing and bouncing. Maybe an opportunity for a late goal here. Will be toe poked through. No, back-heeled and rushed through for a point going to Southern Districts. It will take their lead to 3 goals straight, and the siren goes as they celebrate that point.
Yeah, 18-point win. It was 12 points at quarter time, 11 at half time, 12 at three-quarter time, and then we eventually got another goal, finished up with an 18-point win to Southern Districts over Palmerston. Scrappy game out there, but considering the conditions, the amount of weather out there, and neither side really gave up all day, and even Palmerston couldn't break through in the forward line, but did pretty well. Goal scorers shouldn't take too much, Will, from you, but we'll go through the quick few goal scorers.
Yeah, first getting us off the board was Eva Harris with the first one. That was about 8 minutes in that first quarter. Caitlin O'Keefe then chipped in with one, and putting the final nail in the coffin was Maddie Shaw about halfway through, or about 5 minutes left in that final quarter.
And a couple of best on grounds.
I thought that I think Taylor Smith and Scarlett Young were really good for Southern Districts, just running off half-back, and Lily Roth also played a pretty handy role in there. For Palmerston, I thought there were a few standouts. Ella Ward came into the game very nicely. Zimmy Farquharson and Danica McDonald were also fantastic in the back line.
So there it is, a win by the Crocs by 18 points. Don't forget, next week, round 18, the final regular season game kicks off on Friday night, 6 o'clock at TIO, Palmerston against St Mary's. Then 3 games on Saturday, 12 o'clock at Norville, Southern Districts and Tiwi Bombers, 4:30 at Gardens Oval, Waratah and Darwin Bus, and the final regular season match is at 6:30 at DXC Arena, Pint, the minor premiers, so take on the minor premiers at Nightcliff Tigers. My name's Nick Danks. My commentary partner this evening was Will Zwar. It's been a pleasure to host you, and we'll catch you next time.